Hello guys and welcome back to this video. So in this video we're going to start implementing the constants first, which will be used for our shared preference. So let's get started with this video. So first we are going to create a new Java class. So right click there, go to new and then select a new Java class. And there I am going to name the class as constants. Then I'm simply going to press OK. Now you can see we have now created the constant class. So in this first I am going to create the constant for the shared preference. So I'm going to type PSF, which is a short for public static final, and then I will be specifying here a string. And then I'm going to specify my level. Then I'm going to actually initialize it with the value that is level underscore prefs, which is short for the preferences. Now guys, there are two types of shared preferences. Now one is the activity level basis shared preference, which will only be accessible for the activity, and there is a shared preference which is used for the package level basis. So we are going to use a package level based shared preference, which will actually allow us to update the data in one activity or maybe two activities, and we can use those data inside the other activities as well. What I want to say, like, suppose you have created the shared preference inside the categories activity and you update the data, then you can retrieve that data inside the quiz activity. Also you can actually retrieve data inside the result activity or inside the play activity or levels activity. Whereas the activity level basis shared preference, that if you actually create the shared preference inside the levels activity, then it will only be accessible within the levels activity. You can't access the data inside the other activities. So that is why we are actually going to create the shared preference on the basis of package level basis. Okay, now we are going to create some more constants which will be used as a key for the constant, because shared preferences actually store the data in a form of key value pair, and it is also used for the persistent storage. It actually stores the data in a form of key value pair, and it can only store the primitive data types like a string, float and integer, or maybe a long value. So we are going to store only the integer and string, which is ideal for our case. We are not going to store the non-primitive data type like arrays and classes and objects. So let's get started by specifying some more constants. So I'm going to specify a PSFS, which is short for public static final string. Then here I will be specifying the key for our computer screen. So I will be typing here comp, which is a short for computer. I'm not going to type the whole. And then here we will be specifying the level. And then you have to specify the equals to. And then you have to specify the value. So it's going to like computer. Then I'm going to duplicate it into two more times by pressing Ctrl D. Then here specify the level 2. Let's remove this, not a 12 level. Then specify here 3, then 2, and then here 3. Now these are the constants used for these particular 3 levels, like level 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, and then again come back to the levels activity. Now that's not come back to our constant Java. Then again I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it one more time, and this time it's going to key for our history. So I'm going to type it here his, which is short for the history, his, and then I'm going to copy this, paste it, and then here I will be changing it to 2. Paste it again, and here I will be changing it to 3. Then similarly, here into computers, instead of computer we are going to specify here history. And copy that and paste it, and then change it into 2. Then here into change it into 3. Again I am going to copy this lines of code, and then I will pasting it again. And this time is actually for the English one. Copy that, paste it, and then change the IDs, means the variable name, so that it will become more differentiated. Then here into specify the English. Just select this one and type it here English. Copy that, paste it, and also here paste it 2 and then 3. So now the keys for the levels are actually created. Now also we need to create the constants for our category. These are actually used inside the shared preference, but we also need to create the constants for our category. So I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to change the variable names, means the constant names. So I'm going to specify here Ctrl V. I'm going to specify here at the between. I'm going to specify here cat, which is short for the category, underscore, and copy that, paste it, and here into paste it. Then here specify the 2, and then you to specify here 3. Then you have to specify category, paste it, also paste it, and then change the. Now all the constants are created. Now this will be used inside the categories activity like this one, and these are used as a key value pair, means as a key for the shared preference when we are actually retrieving the data, or also we are actually putting the data, means changing the data. Now guys, inside the categories activity we are going to start the coding. So I'm going to close all the files, and then I'm going to open the categories.java. This is a categories activity. Now here we are actually passing the data, means the key flag history. So is this time we are going to pass the data to levels activity. So here we are going to start the levels activity instead of quiz activity. So first specify the levels activity dot class. We now change the, now it's actually going to start the levels activity. It's going to pass the data to our levels activity. Now this is our history, English and math. So first we are going to just code for the computer one, because I want to pass the data for the computer one. So here we are going to create a new method which will be actually used to actually set the data for the levels, means to actually create level entries for the computer one. So we are going to do that for the computer one. So create. After that, you can see now the method is created. Now whatever code I will specify in this particular method will be used inside the quiz activity, result activity, or maybe inside the levels activity. So make sure you actually pay a lot of attention to understand this thing, what I am saying. So first I am going to here start a declaration of the shared preference. Then I will going to create the object of the shared preference. Then after that I am going to type it as get shared preference. And then we need to specify the get package name. And then we need to specify the dot. Not a dot, we need to specify the plus. And then I will be specifying a constant, because inside the constant I have specified the name for my shared preference file, which is my pref file. And after that I am going to specify the context mode. So I am going to specify here context, which is actually the mode. So I am going to use the private mode. The rest of the modes like read and other modes are actually deprecated. So I am going to specify here private mode. Now I am going to take this code to the next line. So I am going to press enter so that you can see the code more clearly. Now we have actually accessed the shared preference. So this is actually the package level basis shared preference. We have actually specified here a package name. So whenever a file is created, it's also proceeded with the package name. First the package name will be there, then the name of the shared preference file, which is actually stored inside this constant. Okay, after getting the shared preference, means after specifying the shared preference, we need to call another shared preference object. It's actually dot editor to edit the value inside the shared preference. Create the object of this shared preference dot editor, and after that to specify the shared preference dot edit. Now our shared preference is now in the editing mode. Now we can edit the value. So we want to editor dot put. So first we need to put the integer value. So here we need to specify the category. So category I want to specify like constant, not context, is like a constant. Constant dot key computer level 1. So this is the constant that I will be specifying. That is why I actually specify the constants in one place so that we don't make any typo. Then here I will put the default value. Now guys, here I will be writing one thing like if I just specify here one comment. So 1 is equal to unlock level, unlock. So it's mean unlocked, and 0 means equals to locked level. So make sure. So here I am putting the value 1. By default we want to our level 1 to be unlocked. So by default we are setting level 1. We are setting the level 1 to unlocked. Okay, so that user can play at least not clocked, is like unlocked, not unclocked. So by default we are allowing the level 1 to unlock, because if we user open the application, like if I open the categories activity .xml file, like levels activity, sorry, if I actually open this, so by default we need to allow this level 1 to be unlocked so that user can actually play the quiz, and then these two levels should be locked. So that is why we actually setting the value here 1, which will denote the level 1 is unlocked. And after that we need to also put a editor dot put string. So we are going to set the put string data, which is also used for the comparison. So a constant dot key computer level 1, and also we need to specify here things like unlock means this level is actually unlocked. So this will be used for the comparison to make a strong level and unlock functionality. After that we need to apply the changes. So we need to call editor dot apply to apply the changes. So through that we actually set the data for the first level inside the shared preference file. Now I already told you this is actually a package level shared preference, so it can be accessed inside the quiz activity or inside the levels activity. Okay, now our next step is to actually we need to make comparisons so that we can check whether the particular category level is unlocked or not, because we have now set the values. So it's time to make comparisons. So for that we need to use if conditions. So if we need to check whether the shared preference dot get string, which is we need now, right now we are actually getting the data from the shared preference. We need to use the constant for comparison, constant dot key category computer level 1, specify the comma, then we need to specify the default value. So I'm going to specify the default value /NA equals to, not equals, ignore, okay, equals, and then here we need to specify the unlock. Then we need to start the body of the if statement. So by default our level 1 is unlocked, so this particular if block will be executed. Then here we are going to do what? We are going to use, we are now going to update the values. Like if I open the constant.java, this is the constant.java file, not this one. These are constants for use for the history computer, and this is the constant. So right now we have two constants. So I'm going to refactor this one to like category constant. Okay, category constants. So that to avoid confusions. So just refactor this one. Now open this one. Constant. Category constants, we need to close it. Now we are going to update the value of these particular ones, that is key computer level 1, key computer level 2 and key computer level 3. Now when our application launches for the first time, the level of this particular computer category is 1, and for this one the level is 0, and for this one the level is 0. So we need to set this data, because right now just thinking about the data is not going to work. We need to set this data. So for that, here we need to use the editor object dot potent. So this is our potent integer, and then we need to specify here constant dot, and then to specify here key computer value. So it is a key cat, not cat, it's like a key computer value 1. Specify the comma, and then to specify here 1. We are setting the level 1 to unlock. Then we are going to duplicate it 2 more times. Specify here 0, locked. Specify 0, which is locked. I already write the comment. 0 means locked, means the level 2 is of the computer category is actually locked, and also the level 3 is locked. Okay guys, so this is for the comparison for the first category. If the category of the computer is level 1, okay, this is the category, this is the actual level, okay, that's why I specify here a cat. Then we need to make the comparison for the second time, whether this cat activity is created for the second time. So again I am going to specify the code. So this will be the same code. Just copy this from here, not cut it. Actually I cut the code. Copy that and replace it with this if statement. Paste it, and then here to specify the 2. And at this point of time we need to just simply change the computer level to 1, because on the second time, according to the condition, if user percentage is very great while playing the quiz, then this second level will be unlocked. Similarly, we need to again specify the else if. This is the else if. Copy this else if statement again, and then here we need to specify the else if statement again. Then this is for the third category. The rest of the things will remain same, and then for the third category we need to specify the 1. It means now our third level is also unlocked. Now guys, I am going to explain the code what I did. Now first, when category activity is created, our first level gets unlocked. The rest of the 2 levels gets locked, because this is the scenario that we want to show. Okay, and then in the next time, what we want to do, once the user actually play the first level and score a very good score, like user percentage is great, then on the second time we want to unlock the category 2. So when the user taps on this second button, then it will start the category activity. Then this comparison statement will be executed. Okay, because the key category computer level 2 is actually tapped. So on that time the condition will check whether the level 1 is unlocked. Yes, the level 1 is unlocked because it has a 1 value. Then the condition will check whether the level 2 is unlocked. So yeah, we are going to set the level 2 unlocked. Now we are going to write the logic why we need to unlock the level 2 inside this particular if statement. This logic of code we are going to set inside the result activity or also inside the quiz activity. We are going to pass the data from quiz activity to result activity, and then the result activity will modify again this shared preference data, which is a my level preference file, and then according to that we are now getting the data from the shared preference again inside the categories activity for the second time. So it will check whether the data for the level 2 is actually updated or not. If it is updated, then it's going to set the value. So right now you can see this is the key. The default value is NA. We are going to set value unlock inside the result activity or inside the quiz activity. So we are going to set this unlock value from the quiz activity. Okay guys, so this is what we are going to do. Similarly for the third case, when the level 2 gets unlocked, when the user taps on this third button, it will check whether the level 1 is unlocked. Yes, the level 1 is unlocked, and it will check whether the level 2 is unlocked, and yes, the level 2 is unlocked. Now it's time to unlock the third level. So it will again check whether the value of this particular cat level computer level 3 is actually set to unlock inside the result activity or quiz activity. We are going to update this value from the result activity or quiz activity. First we are going to update the value inside the quiz activity. Then we are going to pass that data to the result activity, and then the result activity will again update the data. Okay, and then it will check whether the shared preference, we are getting the value from the shared preference from this particular shared preference file. If it is updated, then we are going to update the value. If it is not updated, then we are not going to update the value. Okay, so this is the logic we have set it for the category first time. So once this application gets completed, means the code of this particular level lock and unlock functionality will edit properly, completely, then you will get the complete idea. And also guys, I'm going to give you one suggestion. Just try to do it by just typing the exactly same code like I am doing, and try to understand the things by just running the application. Running the application means just try to make some experiments. Just try to put here lock, try to put here just 0, and like different kinds of things. Try to experiment with the source code. Through that you will get, because I already told you that this particular quiz application is difficult to actually integrate. Difficult means like in order to add categories plus levels inside the one quiz application, which is an offline quiz application, because I'm not using a Firestore. Because if you use a Firestore, it will become easy for us to actually get the data from the Firestore. We can update the data very easily inside the Firestore. It's an online database, it has a lot of advantage. But with the use of SQLite, we need to use two storage techniques. I'm using a shared preference, and also we are getting the data from the SQLite database. So that is the reason you can't actually apply all the things. We are already did the fetching of the data from the database through the levels, but to add level, lock and unlock functionality, we need to use the concept of shared preference. So how I get this idea? The idea I get it from the Unity preference file. Means Unity has a concept which is used for game development. It has a player preference. So from there I get the idea. There is no such a direct tutorial is available on the internet that will teach you about level, lock and unlock functionality through Android Studio. So I prepared this code from scratch by myself. So that is the reason there are so many things are not properly optimized, but this code is working. Most of the subscribers and viewers asked me to add this level, lock and unlock functionality, and already told them that there is no point to actually add the levels because it will become difficult to manage the quiz. And right now you can see how lengthy is the code, and still we need to code inside this particular file, which is our levels activity, also inside the quiz activity, and also inside the result activity, and still we need to specify the code inside all of these three activities. But right now I'm going to give you very easiest way how we can do it. So that's it for this video guys. If you like this video, then share it with your friends, and please make sure give at least 30 to 20 likes to this video. It will be a more motivating for me to actually create more awesome videos for you and complete your all requested applications. So thank you for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video.